James on the cell next up on 3HL. Hey, James.
Hey, we were talking about the hosting of the Super Bowl here, and one of the reasons why I think that the Nashville would have a huge problem is the actual infrastructure, the water and sewer and electric lines that are in Nashville. The sewer, I know for a fact, is near max, and it would take years and...
This cannot be true. You're telling me that if we have a Super Bowl...
Wait, let him finish, though.
The sewer's not going to work?
Hang on, I want to hear this.
We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars with the sewer lines being laid and stuff like that in a city that right now, from what I see on TV and hear from the city council, can't afford anything.
Hold on. I don't get this, James. I mean, we have all sorts of major events. Like the Music City Bowl comes here, and 50,000 people or whatever the number is, people travel for the Music City Bowl, right?
Well, you're talking about...
And you're telling me the sewer is almost overflowing?
Yeah, we're talking about millions, though.
No, it wouldn't be millions of people. I mean...
A million.
No, there's not going to be a million people here for the Super Bowl.
In and around the Super Bowl time, there is approximately a million people.
No, there isn't.
Wait. Let's not get caught up in numbers. You're saying we have a major sewage problem in this town? This is a
can't handle that many valuable people.
A million people do not come to the Super Bowl. This is the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard.
You're talking at least a million.
No, we're not. The stadium seats...
that are going to come from out of town.
The stadium seats 70,000. You're saying 930,000 other people are going to show up and stand outside of the stadium who don't live here?
Well, 250,000 go to Knoxville on Saturday.
And Knoxville still has functioning sewers.
No, I don't agree with that either. Because there are only about 70,000 people in that stadium.
Well, that's only here this year.
This is, come on, you can make an argument. The sewer is not the reason that the city cannot host the Super Bowl.
I completely agree with him.
Do we have a real sewer issue? I mean, seriously, are we overflowing?
The piranha's going to come back out.
Yeah.
Well,
is this just going to be like, liquid waste running down Broadway?
I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. If that happened and the sewer just blew up, I would agree, that would be a disaster. If there's just feces in the streets, toilet paper, like Taylor Swift's trying to sing and a feces explosion goes off behind her and rains down on everybody.
That's why they're afraid.
This is not going to happen.
Bowl, man.
I understand.
Philip from the water company just called.
Does he
the
say
water department? He says that guy's crazy.
So the Nashville, this is how ludicrous that call was. The water people felt compelled to call and say, you are a fool. Who was the guy who said that, Philip?
That's like when we ran with the piranha story at Opry Mills and they released a press release.
At least that was entertaining. I mean, people at the water, Metro Water had to call and say, this guy is insane. The sewer can't handle the Super Bowl. This is what that guy said.
I love that Metro Water just had us on speed dial. That's really good.
Well, you never know when a water emergency might arise.
Richard, right?
He had to be scared for a minute. Are we going to run out of water?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to
wrong.
I wanted to hear it. Stop. Yeah, I
go to John. Go to John. He works for the water department.
John,
do we have the capacity to have water and bathrooms working for a game like this?
Most definitely, yes, you do. The town could handle that and then some. That's ludicrous. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. But yes, we could handle it.
But tell us what would make it not what couldn't happen? I mean, why it wouldn't work if it was somewhere anywhere? What would it take?
What do you mean, far as
how many people would have to come to Nashville for the water and sewer to not work anymore?
I'm not in the capacity to answer the exact numbers, but I could tell you we could handle something like the Super Bowl. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
You're talking, I can't see a million people coming to town.
That is a ludicrous number too. That guy, it's rare.
He's way off base.
Let me say
I'm saying when he says Super Bowl, he's not talking about the actual day. He's talking about the week leading up to Super Bowl.
Well, but a lot of
let's put this into perspective.
That's where I could say.
When I went to Mardi Gras, people in New Orleans say there are a million people on Bourbon Street,
and the sewers work there.
If the sewer's working on Bourbon Street,
they're used to those working down there.
Well, I just wanted to say, but yeah, we can handle it for sure.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Now, if the sewage does explode and there's just waste everywhere, you need to make sure that you have covering on your head.
Because otherwise, you would have the feces landing right on the bald head. And there's only thing worse than feces on the head is feces on the bald head. There's no doubt at all about this. Everyone would agree with that, too. If you want to make sure that your hair catches the exploding sewers in Nashville, you need to call this number right now, 376-6010. Because if you're out at the Super Bowl, you don't want everybody to be saying, look at that bald guy with crap on top of his head. You want him to be Paul. You want to make sure that you are ready to roll, that you are picking up the hot chicks with hair covering the top of your head for the Nashville Super Bowl. 376-6010 is the phone number. WeGrowHair.com is the website. Go to that website right now and you can see hundreds of men just like you who have already gone out and taken care of their hair. They got their own hair back on top of their own head, It's not the 1960s. It's not the 1970s. Not the 1980s. I've said this before, but if you went back to the Dukes of Hazzard days, remember how angry Boss Hogg was? Why was he angry? He is the richest man in Hazard County. He had a white Cadillac. He had a white suit. He had a good home. I mean, he was doing well. He should have been the happiest man around. Do you know why he was angry? Because he was bald. If we went back in time to Boss Hogg and we said, Boss Hogg, write down this number, 376-6010. You will go back to Hazard County with hair on top of your head. The entire Dukes of Hazzard television show, it doesn't happen. Bo and Luke Duke and Uncle Jesse, they're all friends with Boss Hogg. They get together for Thanksgiving. That's not a television show you watch. The General Lee, it doesn't ever become an iconic car. The entire fabric of our youth is changed. If Boss Hogg has hair, well, the entire fabric of your life can change as well. All you have to do is call the 7 simple digits, 376-6010. For as low as $99 a day, you can protect yourself when Nashville has the Super Bowl and the sewers explode. Again, that number, 376-6010.
1045 on Twitter at 3HL1045. Eric from Springfield. The people who blame low pledge attendance on TCAP testing think Phillips Nashville Sewers can't handle it. Theory is stupid. Bob, I had to pull over laughing so hard. 1 million people in all caps. So did Indianapolis have 1 million hotel rooms for the Super Bowl? Adam. Clay now elevated to sewer czar.
We haven't needed any snow. I mean, I'm no expert on the water or sewers, but I just felt comfortable that the city was not going to explode. I mean, there are lots of reasons you can make an argument for Nashville not hosting Super Bowl. I think hotel rooms is number one. Well, number one is the need for a dome. Number two is hotel rooms. Number one is not the sewer.
Paul, great transition from sewage to hair transplant.
No, this guy is calling I work at a wastewater plant, so this guy's a moron. You know, a lot of people, you know.
We have 100, by the way, hold on a sec. We have 100% listenership at wastewater plants.
I love that.
Hey, and I also have a former employee.
Yeah.
Myself.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
a lot of people, with the flood that had happened, they freak out like, oh, well, you know, our sewer systems are wrecked. Well, they really just don't realize how much rain we got then, that it just flooded everything. It saturated the ground. And that's why we had flooding downtown where water was coming out of manholes and going into,
Right. So sewage was running rampant downtown, right?
Yeah, there was nowhere for it to go.
In a 500-year flood, we had an issue.
So it's like people think that, oh, well, you bring all these people. So him saying that you bring all these people, so it's going to flood. So he's just retarded because, you know, he just really doesn't understand the concept.
Chris, you can't use that. He's not nice.
He's basically,
come on, man.
He is equating all of the rain that fell over hours and days with a lot of going to the bathroom, which is not a good analogy to make.
No, it's not good to work at one either, man. I like to ask him a couple questions. I had to hose out wherever everybody goes poop.
This is not a good story.
Where it always comes out. Yeah, that's it. I'm in there hosing it out.
Anticipate
with a
this
fire
conversation
hose.
today.
Man, you know what reminded me? I met with the new coach from at Ball State, Pete Limbo. He came from Elon. So it reminded me of all of my Ball State days, just sitting there talking to him.
When you were doing all these various jobs?
Yeah. Because he was asking me about what jobs, they're doing. I gave him some recommendations.
Corn detasseling?
But that wasn't in college. And then I told him I worked for the sewer plant, there in Muncie, Indiana. So he was trying to get some.
We do have 100% penetration at the sewer plant.
Yeah. It was tough, man.
I think that's illegal in some jurisdictions.
I think that's how my allergies got started.